Many people go through an experience that is rarely discussed, the moment a woman realizes she has lost you. How does that feel for her? The saying, "You don't know what you have until it's gone," holds a deep truth, especially in relationships. It's not just about regret, it's about memories, introspection, and the sudden realization of loss. Let's dive into this subject with a story. A story to begin. A close friend of mine once shared an experience. After his breakup, his ex initially seemed indifferent. She was calm and unaffected. But a few months later, she began reaching out, sending occasional messages like, "I just remembered you," or "This reminded me of you." Confused, my friend asked, "Why now? Why didn't she care back then?" This question led me to reflect on why absence deepens emotions and what prompts someone to reach out after they've moved on. 1. The first attempt to reconnect. When a woman realizes she has lost you, the first sign is usually her attempt to reconnect. However, it's rarely direct or obvious. She might like an old post of yours on Instagram, follow you again, or send a casual message like, "How have you been?" This is no coincidence. It's a deliberate act to signal, "I'm thinking about you," without openly admitting it. For example, someone once told me, "I didn't want to say anything outright, so I just liked his post, hoping he'd notice." This is what psychologists call breadcrumbing. It's a subtle way of testing the waters without fully exposing vulnerability. Your role here is to observe these hints without rushing into conclusions. Try to understand whether her actions are genuine or simply driven by nostalgia. 2. Testing the waters. When she does reach out directly, it's often through a safe and neutral topic like, "How's work going?" This cautious approach is a way of protecting herself from rejection. At this point, you must be clear about your own feelings. If you're open to reconnecting, keep the conversation light and positive. If not, politely but firmly let her know where you stand. 3. The impact of absence. Absence has a profound psychological effect. It forces introspection and makes people realize the value of what they've lost. Initially, she may have assumed you'd return. But as time passes and she sees you moving on, ignoring her messages, not engaging with her posts, it creates a sense of fear and uncertainty. Psychologists refer to this as loss aversion, a phenomenon where the fear of losing something is more powerful than the joy of gaining it. This fear often pulls her back to you. 4. The possibility of reconciliation. Not all relationships are beyond repair. In some cases, reconciliation is possible. For example, if the breakup happened due to misunderstandings, stress, or external factors, it might be worth revisiting the relationship. A couple I know went through a breakup because of work pressure and lack of time. Months later, they met at a friend's birthday party and had an honest conversation. They realized the breakup was a mistake and decided to give their relationship another chance. Today, they're happily married. However, if the breakup stemmed from deeper issues like trust problems or incompatibility, it's important to think carefully before reconciling. Her emotions. When a woman realizes she has lost you, her emotions are a mix of regret, nostalgia, and possibly guilt. These feelings compel her to reach out to you, but it's part of her personal growth journey. Your responsibility is to acknowledge her emotions without letting them dictate your own peace of mind. Focus on your mental well-being and personal growth. 6. Your decision. Let's say you receive a message from her saying, "I've been thinking about you." At this moment, you stand at a crossroads. Should you return to the past or move forward? Prioritize your future, values, and self-respect. Going back to an old relationship doesn't always solve problems. It often repeats old patterns. Conclusion. Ultimately, losing someone or reconciling with them teaches us a lot about ourselves. For her, it might be a realization of what she lost. For you, it could be an opportunity to grow and move towards something better. What's your experience? Does this resonate with you? Share your story in the comments.